There where your fear is, there lays your task, said Carl Jung, a brilliant man with a vision that every person should face their fears to find oneness, peace, love, loving yourself, accepting yourself, and find all the gold on the other side of fear, right? But what is this gold that we're all looking for? It's not this asset we can buy in physical form or on the stock market, which is maybe very attractive at the moment. No, it's an eternal good from the deepest depth of your soul. This is this soul gold, how I like to call it. But the kicker is, you have to do the thing you're so afraid of, right? And just imagine, what is the biggest fear you got in life? How do you feel with that? How do you think about that? You're like, oh no way I'm gonna face this, no way I'm gonna go towards it, because it's scary, right? This big shadow monster that is standing in front of you and you would love to run away. But just imagine what would happen if you face this big shadow, walk towards it, look it directly into its eyes, and all of a sudden, the closer you get into the shadow, into the monster darkness of your own soul and what you project in your real life in the outside world, is just yourself. Just pure joy on the other side, behind the curtain. All the rewards you ever wished for and would have nourished the deepest part of your heart, right? But you stay stuck. You feel like, if I just keep laying on my couch, watch some Netflix, eat some potato chips, nothing can happen, right? So comfy and cozy. It's better than standing up, going outside, right? Going into some tough situations and challenge myself. But you need to ask yourself this one simple question. When do you feel more alive? While laying on the couch and watching Netflix and eating potato chips? Or when you're out there facing your fears, challenging yourself, and take action? Really ask yourself this question. I bet most of you would agree with me that you feel more alive when you're out there. It's just from the simplest physical standpoint that your body is pumping more blood, right? When you feel fear. Doesn't it? Your body's not pumping that much blood through your body while you're laying on the couch watching Netflix and eating potato chips, right? It's out there when you are moving towards your fears. That's when you feel alive. That's when you feel in the moment. But we shy away from fear, seeing it as the bad thing in life. But what if fear is not this master that you make it, but it's just a wise advisor for you? Fear being an advisor and pointing towards this certain part in your life, in your soul, in your character, where you need to develop, need to get stronger, need to get wiser, need to be more courageous. Because what would be this experience of life without fear? You couldn't be courageous, because without fear there would be no courage. Everyone would be just, by default, without fear and just pure courage, and then courage would lose its value. Just imagine, you would have no fears. You would have no fears at all. You would get everything you want, and you could get it like this. Wouldn't you be pretty bored after a very short amount of time of living this perfect life? Right? There being no challenge, nothing that gets your blood pumping, nothing that you need to put in some effort and then be grateful for that you got it and can pat yourself on the shoulder and say, well done, well done. You stood up for yourself, you took action and made all your dreams happen in the reality. You realized your vision. This vision up there, you know what I mean? This vision right up there. Because everyone got their vision, but they like to undermine it because of their fears. Instead of using the fear. Because that's life. Right? Putting in effort to make something grow. That's what we do in our whole life. Right? We start growing when we're babies, through our teenage years, and then somewhere, the early 20s, mid 20s, you stop growing physically. But the growing up there keeps on happening if you let it. What happens if you put this flower that needs sunlight and water into a dark basement? It's all dry and no one looks after this still small, beautiful flower that could grow to a big, strong tree. What if that's your soul? What if that's your mind? What if that's your heart? Speaking in a metaphorical way, obviously. What if you face your fear today? And it's not about destroying your fear or killing your fear. It's just to get closer a little bit. Because if you get closer to some things, you tend to understand it a little bit more. And if behind this fear is all the joy, all the freedom, all the peace that you deserve, if you just take the action to look it straight into the eyes and challenge it. And not make it your master, but use your fear as your own personal wise advisor. You shall grow. You shall be free. You shall feel all the peace, all the joy, all the success, all the fulfillment you've ever wished for. Just take action, face your fear, and grow. Bye bye.